Hey everyone, this is Admiral Seabass. Welcome to my war room in Indianapolis, Indiana, and welcome to Operation Fulda Gap. This is Soviet Global Command Turn 1.4. So a couple things that I want to go over before we get into the turn. It's been a really good game so far. And so first I've got to place my rocket artillery. So any home country, I think it's any possessed land zone. So we'll put one here in the northern United States and we'll put one here in the southern United States. All right. Second, as soon as the Soviets took over Afghanistan here, Pakistan signed a defense treaty with the U.S. Global Command. So we're going to put that defense treaty marker there to show that. Also, as soon as the People's Revolution Front possessed Nicaragua, then a couple things happened. Costa Rica built a paramilitary. Honduras built a paramilitary. And I'm going to go ahead and add the inherent units that they have there as well. Just because what we do is whenever additional units are added to a land zone that has inherent units, we just go ahead and place the inherent units so we don't forget them. So there's two paramilitary now in those two countries. And last but not least, now that we're into the turn, the first thing I do is determine escalation income increases. And since the PRF possesses a new land zone, the U.S. goes from 8 to 10. So now we'll get into the bulk of our turn. And we will do technology research. So it's been a pretty nice start with tech for almost everyone. So I've got 4 tech dice. I'm going to put 1 dice on AMD that I need an 8 or higher. I'm going to put 2 dice on long-range missiles, which I need a 7 or higher. I'm going to put 1 dice on advanced sonar, which I need an 8 or higher. And thank you, Doug Friend at Historical Board Gaming, for very nice dice trays here with my avatar. So let's see what we can do. Oh my. Okay, so I got 2 1s. Those are definitely fails. But for long-range missiles, I got 2 successes. And unfortunately, only one of them counts. But that's an important technology, so we'll put that one there like that. Okay, so now we're into conduct global operations, and I need to do the counterinsurgency here. So I'm paying 2 dice, or $2, 2 IPP for 2 additional dice, and per the rules, that's all I can do. When we designed the game, we set these opening insurgencies and counterinsurgencies up against the U.S. So I can only buy 2 dice, and that's all I can do. So I've got these 2 dice here, and we're going to pull those over to the dice tray, and I'm going to roll both of them. If I get a 10 or higher, then my counterinsurgency operations succeed. If I don't get a 10 or higher, then the insurgency succeeds, and El Salvador will join the People's Revolution Front. And that's a 1 and a 6. So that is a failure from a counterinsurgency standpoint. So the web grows in Central America. We remove the insurgent. We will place a PRF marker in El Salvador, and we will give them 1 SAM and 2 light infantry. Now, normally in the game, we would say that on the next Soviet turn, they would be rolling for the Red Caribbean event. And if they rolled a 6 or less, then Cuba would join the People's Revolution Front, and a bunch of crazy stuff would start happening in Central America, in the Caribbean. But for this game, we're not doing that. So Captain G, please note that you'll need to fail that roll, and then we will implement the Walker Spy random event. All right, so next, purchase units. I'm not doing anything, so I'm saving the other 6 out of my 8 IPP. And we will move on to no combat because I can't go to war. I could put some stuff on silent running, but I'm not going to do that. Non-combat, I do have a little bit of non-combat. So at DEFCON 5, oh, by the way, speaking of DEFCON, I just went up another 2 for another PRF land zone, so that'll put me at DEFCON 12. I'll get 12 IPP this turn. That'll be nice. But for now, you see here on the dashboards, to get to DEFCON 4, I have to be at 20 IPP, and I'm at 12. So I'm still at DEFCON 5. At DEFCON 5, I can only move naval units from one sea zone, and Ozark showed this as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take these markers up that reminded me to move. I'm going to move the Indian Ocean Fleet 1-2 into I-6, along with this nuclear attack sub. And that's my only allowed naval movement of this turn. But I am going to do a few more non-combat moves. Seeing the build-up here of the People's Revolution Front. And by the way, Guatemala will now get its inheritance. Let me see if I even have those. Well, I might take a note if I can't find them real quick. I'm going to have to make the paramilitary up. So, Ozark, don't let me forget. Guatemala should have 2 paramilitary now, since there's a PRF land zone there. So, seeing this build up, President Reagan will order a certain number of movements here in the U.S. home country. The SAM here in central United States will move to southern United States. The A-10 attack fighter will move to southern United States. Fighter will move to southern United States. The air superiority fighter will move to Gulf states. B-52 strategic bomber will stay here. The Marine will move to southern United States. And I think that'll about cover it. Yeah, I think we're good. So that'll about do it for movement. I don't think I can move anything else. So pretty simple turn. We're at 12. I don't have any units to place. So I save 6. So I'll add 12 and I'll have 18 to spend next turn. I just love these chips that Flak 88 made for Operation War Games, which was held here at my house and was an absolute blast. So there's 3, 5, and 10. 18 IPP that I'll have to spend next turn. And I think that's it. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, the guys will remind me. Take care.